the news of the week with your anchorman, Dennis Miller.
Good evening, and what can I tell you? President Bush shared a laugh this week with a Naval Academy graduate who kiddingly suggested he cut defense spending to educate children and house the poor. You know, you'd have a beautiful view from here if you just got rid of some of those darn trees. Hey, Jefferson, you got something on your cheek. Go like this. Here we see George Bush during a press conference last week, standing in front of a blow-up of Dan Quayle's thought patterns. And once again, Dan Quayle lost in the first round of Simon Says this week. Ross Perot greeted the winner of the Ross Perot lookalike contest this week. Or did Willie Nelson greet the winner of the Willie Nelson lookalike contest? Former President Richard Nixon tells a Moscow butcher, you know, I was dead meat once. During a lull in this week's cabinet meeting in Bonn, Germany, Chancellor Helmut Kohl took out his little black book and looked up numbers of desperate former East German women to set up on dates in exchange for wheat and barley. Bill Clinton was photographed this week coming out of a booth to get more quarters. Yeah. Okay, Jefferson, when I give you the signal, light them off. 1, 2, 3, 4. Not a big Dirty Dozen crowd, I guess. Okay, Nazila, run to the mosque and do a button hook. Farouz, you go to the bomb. Betsy, you stay here and block. On 3. Break! General Motors President Jack Smith, Chairman Robert Stempel, and Chief Financial Officer Bill Hoagland addressed the 84th Annual GM Stockholders Meeting last week. You tell him. No, I don't want to tell him. I told him last time. You tell him. Here's an artist's representation of the new 20-year light bulb. Scientists are currently working on a much dimmer model to be installed over Dan Quayle's head. Quayle is like the Barney Fife of the Bush administration. Pope John Paul and the Archbishop of Canterbury shared a cup of wine this week and talked about the good old days when the Flying Nun was on. School children giggled with pleasure this week as their teacher, Sister Jean Greenwald, sang the name game using the word duck. You were teasing me with it. I love that. Excited producers of Star Trek: The Last Generation proudly unveiled a cast that boasts Trek vets DeForest Kelley, William Shatner, Leonard Nimoy, and newcomer Deke Mikowski, an unemployed steamfitter from Buffalo. Lee Trevino continued to be one of the most successful golfers on the senior PGA Tour. When asked to what he attributes his success, he replied, "It's my blankie. I love my blankie." Bad day for Jimmy Connors this week at the French Open when play had to be stopped so that they could dislodge a Nuprin tablet from his back that was thrown by an overzealous fan. Fans at the Okazaki 500 were shocked last week when the car driven by Katsumi Matsuhida suddenly lifted up its rear wheel and took a leap right in the middle of the track. It was a double dose of defeat for Croatia's Goran Ivanisevic at the French Open this week. First, he lost to defending champ Jim Courier, then he went on to fail miserably at an attempt to perform fellatio on himself. You know, folks, there aren't too many things more embarrassing for a Major League ball player than when he finds he just doesn't have what it takes to lift that wooden bat entirely off the ground. Shooting started today on Home Alone 2. Here, the irascible Macaulay Culkin narrowly escapes a group of irate protesters after he threw aftershave on them. And finally, yes, officer, I would like to sit on my bicycle seat, but my butt is still sore from when you crammed the baton up it 3 years ago. Guess what, folks? That's the news.
From Los Angeles, live on tape, it's the Dennis Miller Show. Tonight, Bob Saget. From the Commish, Theresa Saldana. Director Nicolas Roeg. This portion of the Dennis Miller Show is brought to you by Bounce. It stops static before static stops you.
Welcome back. Okay, kids, it's Friday night. And what does that mean, Nick?
It means we should don our protective headgear and prepare ourselves for another adventure with the Humornauts. People of Earth, watch your monitors.
First, there was the biosphere. But they got bored. Somebody cut off a finger or something. But man remained undaunted. On a large lot in San Simeon, he built the Humosphere, a completely self-contained environment in which he would toil relentlessly for the yet undiscovered comedy of tomorrow. The brave men and women inside the Humosphere, the Humornauts, have but one mission: to find new sources of humor on a cold and unforgiving planet, Earth!
Humornauts, 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 Humornauts!
When we last saw the Humornauts, a bomb was heading straight for the Humosphere.
Everything seems to be going fine here, Elaine.
Yes, but I think we should check with communications, just in case.
All right, but I think it's a waste of time.
I hate to break in, but there appears to be a giant bomb approaching the Humosphere, you know. That's what I'm trying to say.
Meanwhile...
It was a good idea to send Nichols and May out on the scooters, Captain Bleb.
Yes, Paye, and that frees us up to enjoy some organ music.
Oh, goody.
Captain Bleb has some nerve sending us out on the recon scooters when he knows how much I enjoy organ music. Okay, follow me. Boy, I hope I don't get lost.
Time for my milk bath to soothe my aching testicles.
We are out of milk.
Well, I can pick up some milk.
Jeez, where the hell am I? Is it hot? Hey, what's that sign say? Welcome to Los Angeles. Oh, great.
Don't forget milk.
Up and away in my beautiful balloon.
Oh, where is she with that milk? My testicles are on fire.
It sounds like a broken record, but it's a pretty big bomb, you know.
Whoa, I cursed the day I ever became a Humornaut.
Join us again next time for another exciting adventure of the Humornauts.
Humornauts. Beautiful. I cannot understand one word in the Humornauts except testicle.
But that's the only word you need. Will the professor ever be well?
I don't. Is that the professor? I don't even.
Yes.
I just watch it and I think it's cute, and then I hear testicle and I'm happy. All right. We're having a ball. See the synapses? See the tumbler? See the testicle ball connection? Oh, damn. My first guest, Saget. I can't believe Saget. He's a good guest. Saget!
Yeah.
Had an intro quite where you went right. I followed the testicle basically. Which, I haven't done since the Elephant Parade.
Yeah.
This is a wonderful audience. It's good to see you people.
How are you, Saggy?
Saggy, you called me that, and everybody calls me Saggy now. My barber calls me Saggy.
Mm-hmm.
They call me Saggy. Oh, I spit on you. I shot a Luger on you. I'm really sorry.
Yeah, that wasn't a Luger. That was an asteroid, man.
Well, we're going from testicle to asteroid, so we've covered most of the anatomy.
How's your,
How's my...
That's all I had. How's your, no.
I'm okay. I think I'm good.
Where's your daughter?
Survey. My daughter. Yeah. I have 2 daughters. No waiting. I have a 5 and a 2. I'm real excited. Thank you. They are, for no reason. Great. I'm fertile. Thank you. I'm fertile. You scream. We all scream when I'm fertile.
I bet you'd be a great dad. You seem like a fun-loving guy with the cutest little haircut I've ever seen.
Well, maybe, do you think Dennis we should cut his hair tonight? Do you want to do that?
Yeah.
You're getting grief. Did anybody give you any grief? Your wife give you grief? Anybody give you grief? Want you to cut off an inch?
About my hair?
No, cut off an inch. Anything. So, oh, stop it. I'm fertile. So let me just tell you, the hell with your hair. It looks good.
Okay.
Whatever you like. If you're happy with yourself, then I'm happy with myself a lot alone. But the important thing is, well, that's not true. That's not true. My wife and I are together every minute, and it's really hard because we have lip lock. I don't know. I'm fertile. That's the password tonight. I'm fertile. Yeah. Are you good?
Good.
How's your kid? I didn't mean, are you good?
You know, I
didn't mean, are you good? It's like, are you good? Are you excited?
I get so wrapped up in your stream of consciousness that when you actually go to talk to me again, it's like,
Why am I talking to you, basically?
Yeah, all right. Just roll, man.
I'm crazy.
I like watching your mind work. It's like...
Oh, thank you. Let me cut it open and just let it lay on your desk. So you're good?
How's your kids? Tell me about your kids.
Okay, fine. That'll be fine.
Have your kids picked up this amazing sort of connective tissue in their mind?
My kids are doing it. My kids are totally free associating. I have a 5-year-old and a 2-year-old, which I mentioned 7 minutes ago. And my
5 and 2 is 7. And
hi. And the 2.5-year-old is giving. She's 2.5 now. She got older.
Since this bit started,
exactly.
She's 2.5.
Fliegelman, party of 14. Fliegelman, party of 14. Lane 15 is open. What I was going to say was, my 2.5-year-old, she's 2 3/4 now. She's 7 feet tall.
She's Jessica Tandy now, damn it. Get on with the story.
She sits in the back of the car, and so I was driving her around, and she was sitting in the back, and she's 14, and she's dating now since we talked, and no, she's 2.5. And high. So how are you doing? Are you okay?
Did you say your kid's 2.5 and high?
No. Well, she jogs a lot, so she gets that natural thing from running.
The endorphins.
Exactly. Isn't that the endorphins? Weren't they in the Wizard of Oz?
No, the endorphins are the things that are like porpoises, but friendlier, and they speak to us.
So they're my imaginary friends. That's what's inside my brain if you cut it open. which some people would like to do, actually.
All right.
Critics. But the important thing is my 2.5-year-old has...
I'm asking you, is she anything like you? Does she have your comedic, impression
but she doesn't like
on her?
laughing. She's very sensitive right now. I am in hell. I have a 2.5-year-old at home that yells no laughing all day long. We took her to see a movie. We took her to see Sister Act. She's sitting in the theater. She heard people laughing. She takes it personally, and so did my 5-year-old. And she got up and yelled at the theater, no laughing! Which is really, it's like great. I mean, it's like having...
Why doesn't she want laughing?
She thinks you're laughing at her. And that's not a good thing. She thinks you're making fun of her.
Oh, I see.
So we do it constantly just to tick her off. No, she's very sensitive, but it's like for a comedian to have, it'd be hell, wouldn't it? How old is your kid now?
My son is 2, and he screams more laughing all the time. He's on my side.
Which side would that be?
Did you say, and so is my wife?
No, I didn't say that.
Everything's like a sexual thing with you. I don't have any
Not
sexual.
everything.
I am the best lay on this panel.
Wait a second, that's not true. That's not true. I want you to ask that guy right there. No, I'll have you know that I happen to be, what am I doing? I happen to be an amazing lover. Thank you very much. You don't believe me? Ask my scout leaders. No, they were women. My dead mother. I'm sorry. I meant my senator.
Whoa,
That's
that how to tie a knot badge. Hey, we...
Huge trouble. I can feel the tabloids now.
Yeah, those are the hemorrhoids. We got to take a break. We'll be right back with Bob Saget right after this. We're back.
We're back. Bob Saget. We're back with Bob Saget.
Saggy.
We're back.
Now, we share a
Danny.
common in our beginning.
Yeah, we do.
Do you believe I get critics racking me because I call you saggy?
That's not true.
Yeah,
Nobody
I read a
said
couple
that.
reviews and somebody said...
That's because they have prostate trouble. That's not having a thing. Saggy. No, critics, you can't listen. My parents told me when I was a kid, they said, not everybody is going to like you. And I told them I need names. And I have them now. I have them. And some of them don't like you. But if you can count all your friends on one hand at the end of your life, then you've spent a lot of time alone in your room. That's the joke. But that's the important...
I was going for it, and you beat me there.
That's my goal. I'm not funny, but I try to do it fast. And my wife appreciates that. Hey, but stop it. Okay. Get a hold of yourselves. Okay, now
Nice
stop.
rhythms on Saget,
Thank you.
doesn't it?
Rhythm, that's my whole method.
That's the key to humor. You can see his rhythms. He just kind of keeps you going, and I just
like
brought
that
him to a
wave
dead
thing.
halt. Okay,
No, you
now we both share the oddest of odd jobs in our youth.
Odd
I was a
job.
deli clerk, and you were too. I can't believe I found another one.
I was a deli man for a long time, for 4 years. I sliced deli. My dad got me the job. He was
Big in meat?
he was huge in meat. He was the meat head. He was the meat head. He was the head of meat. He was just a huge head of meat. My father he had 2 horns and a bull face.
Head cheese.
And head cheese, which is disgusting. People sell that.
Yeah.
And but people eat it, and if you like head cheese, God bless you, because it looks like you sneeze. So, because if you've seen it, you don't even know what it is, do you? It's like a gelatin with pork parts floating in it. So it's kind of it's a universe unto itself.
Yeah.
And my dad got me this job there because he was he was high on the food chain. He was a paramecium, and he got me this job. And I used to complain all the time, and I would goof off, and the guy would say, "I'm going to fire you," and I'd say, "You can't," because my dad, and he cut my tie off with a lox knife. So I used to come home and tell my dad I got it cut in the bread slicer. That was like my big joke. What was your deal? What was your thing? Let's turn it on you, Dennis.
I just remember one day I was standing there cutting pressed ham for this woman. I had a paper hat on.
Right. I used to feel like when I go home that I would ask people, am I still wearing a deli hat? Because your head gets dented. It becomes, they look one of those things from, what was it, the Thunderbirds, or what was that little thing we saw?
The Humornauts.
The Humornauts, or what was originally was...
No, it's always been the Humornauts.
Excuse me, it was nothing, it was never done for anything, other purposes. What did I just say? And, Flegelman, party of 17, same joke, I don't care.
But anyway, I remember cutting this pressed ham for this woman.
Yes.
And I was so emasculated, I had to hold it up and say, "Is this thin enough?" And she said thinner, and I said, "God, I've just lost complete control of my life here. I don't know what..." I'm standing there in bad earth shoes and old meat gruel with a paper hat on. I said, "Just commit seppuku. Get out of here, man."
I had a nightmare. I had a reoccurring deli nightmare.
Tell me.
That this is really gross, so enjoy your meal. I was slicing, it was like an M.C. Escher painting. I was slicing my head down on the slicer. Okay? Not too self-deprecating, you know, the guy going like this, and I would reform it in perfect condition, like a scene from Terminator 2 or something, or Total Recall, just to mention 2 movies by Arnold, and I reformed it, and then a customer complained to the manager that I wasn't slicing my head paper thin. That was that's my recurring deli nightmare. It was pretty cool. I want to go back to deli one day.
I remember I cracked completely one time. This woman I worked with, she was just nuts, and she said, I want you to wrap everything before you go home tonight. This was her big admonition to me, that I wrap everything before I went home, and that plastic wrap, which I know is going to come back to haunt
she
me.
was a customer that told you how to
No, it was the
close
woman
the
who
department?
managed the deli. She said, wrap everything. And she drove it so into my head that I just wrapped, like, everything in the delicatessen, like pencils and her shoes and...
Other clerks?
Yeah, like everything. I wrapped the machines in plastic and...
Right. Plastic wrap is not a safe thing, actually.
No, it stunk, and it had that bad smell, and it always...
Well, nothing wrong with that. But actually, it was weird, because I did a show in New York called the morning program. This thing.
Oh, I remember that.
Very
powerful. That was a high water mark for you, wasn't it? You looked like you were having fun back there, getting up at 6.
Actually, I enjoyed it. One morning, I showed up, and my chair was gone. It was like 5:30 in the morning, and the chair that I usually sat with Marion Hartley and Ronald Smith was gone. And my producer came over, and he said, Bob, we're going to try to get your chair back. So I just pictured it in the sawmill, and I was thinking about cutting deli.
But were you let go after that, or what were they trying to
right after that. Well, all that deli, you know, all that buildup.
I saw Willard do that the other day. It blew his rug off.
Willard actually did that?
Yeah.
He was doing the weather?
Not Willard, Scott. Willard with the rats.
Oh, Bruce Davison is who you're saying.
Yeah.
That was a good movie. Now, don't go putting down no rat movie.
Sing Ben for me.
The two of us need look no more. I don't want to sing it because then we'll have to pay someone, right?
Have you ever made love to a rat?
Excuse me? No, my agent and I are strictly on a phone call.
Good night!
Career waiting. So, do critics bother you? Do they upset you?
No, not really. I usually get pretty good critical stuff, but I just thought it was funny that the guy thought it bugged him that I called you saggy. I thought, what a stupid thing to get bugged about.
I think it's kind of funny. I could call you Denny, which would mean you open 24 hours. Think about it.
How are your shows doing now? If you had to pick one of these shows, I know this is like a really...
I couldn't pick.
This is like a scruples question.
Right.
But the Germans, the Nazis reform, take over our country, and grab you and say...
I feel comfortable now.
And say that you're only allowed to do one show, the 2 little girls from The Shining show, or the video...
Red Room. No, I would not ever do that.
Which show? No, come on now, you gotta pick.
Get these tapes. Am I a fool? Actually, you can't pick. I'm doing 2 8 o'clock at night shows. We all know I'm fortunate. People are bored with it. Critics hate me for it. But I have Tourette syndrome basically now, and I'm ready to frizz out and just start cursing on the air. But I won't do it because I'm a clean-cut guy and I care about America.
Okay. Bob Saget, folks. We'll be right back with Nick Roeg right after this. Bob in.
This portion of the Dennis Miller Show is brought to you by Budweiser. Nothing beats a Bud.
Welcome back, Paul. Welcome. Saget, man.
Yeah.
He just keeps going, doesn't he?
Rapid fire.
I like listening though. I don't, it's like it's an important lesson in comedy. It's not always what you say. It's like, yeah, it is what you say. Okay. It's been said that nobody makes films like this man. Among them, Performance, The Man Who Fell to Earth, and his latest, Cold Heaven. I'm a big fan of his work. Please welcome director Nicolas Roeg, ladies and gentlemen. Nice to meet you, Nick. You know, I enjoy your films, but I was reading your notes and I saw something that leaped out at me because it deals with my favorite film ever. You were the second unit director on Lawrence of Arabia?
That's right, yeah.
Wow. Now that exhilarates me because I enjoy that film so much. Were you there the day that Lean shot the seemingly endless shot with Omar Sharif?
I was a long way away.
Yeah. I always read that Lean, the thing I love about Lean is he said that he's pissed at himself that he had another 300 or 3,000 feet of film that he didn't use. He cut, it's like an interminable shot,
right.
And he said he was angry.
They put a lot of it back in. They reissued it a little.
Oh, in the latest one they did?
Yeah.
Great film. Now, tell me about your film, Cold Heaven. This is your newest film, and I know your wife, Theresa Russell's in it.
She's been here.
Yeah, she was here one night. I gave her a bathrobe. I heard it turned up in your bathroom.
I wasn't in America then. I came back
So
a week
Dennis
later.
Miller bathrobe.
Yes, a Dennis Miller bathrobe in the bathroom.
Strictly professional, Nick.
I want a bathrobe.
We'll get you one after, and yours will be much plusher. But tell me about Cold Heaven. What's it about? Deals with religion, right?
Not really religion. It has a sort of theological theme in it, but not to the fore. It's really about having a second chance in life. You know, it's a romantic thriller, but I think that's something that a lot of people ponder about. You know, if only I had my time over again.
Mm-hmm.
So that's basically the premise of the thing.
Yeah, Mark Harmon's in it too,
Yeah.
right? Now, what had you seen anything in his past that would?
I did a movie of the week with Mark Harmon, Sweet Bud of Youth with Elizabeth Taylor.
Yeah.
And he's an extraordinary actor. You know, he's
Have you ever seen him as Ted Bundy?
Oh, it's wonderful.
Gee, man, he was.
Frightened me.
Yeah, really. When I think of Bundy now, he was so riveting in that. It sticks in my mind. His face. Yeah.
It's fantastic.
We have a little clip from it. You want to explain what we're going to see? I believe.
Sure, is this the one when? I haven't seen it.
Oh, well, this is from Nick Roeg's film, Cold Heaven, and it's a little clip. We both don't know what it is, but I think it's the exciting car chase conclusion. No.
You've been interfering with it.
Roll it.
Oh my God. Alex!
Shut the door.
Alex,
Don't touch
wait, you're here. What happened?
I don't want anyone touching me.
What happened? Okay.
Sit down.
Tell me what happened.
Please sit down.
Okay. All right.
Of course, that was the, you know, that. Obviously, that was the first date scene, and now I noticed that you've worked with boy, do I notice, but you've worked with Jagger, Bowie, Garfunkel. Did you?
Teresa said you've got green eyes. She said you've got cute green eyes.
Your wife said that?
No, Teresa told me.
Oh, I'll have to send her another robe. Now, what do you fascinated by rock stars, or you just think they make good actors? And have they been good actors after you took a chance on them?
I don't know. I think they are. You know, there was always a division, wasn't there, between he's a singer and he's not an actor. But rock stars really changed the whole face of performing. You know, they were more than just singers. Their performance was their act. You know. And hence performance.
Yeah, and you've picked interesting ones. I mean, Jagger has that interesting way about him, and Bowie certainly is.
Bowie's getting married this weekend.
Yeah, he's marrying Iman over in Ireland or something?
No, Florence, Ireland.
Oh, Florence. Oh, no, they're going to live in Ireland. That's right. Yeah, well, David, if you're watching in Florence, and my show goes right there, good luck. But how did Bowie was great in Man of Fell Earth. You had a good time with that one?
Yeah, he's an extraordinary guy.
Yeah. Now, do you feel like you seem to work outside the system a little in that I don't think you cater to...
They won't let me in.
Well, oh, so it's not self-chosen, but you seem to not really go for the commercial thing all the time. You feel Hollywood treats you well, though?
I think they're going to be...
Yeah, well, I do,
only
too.
afterwards.
Yeah, that you find out.
I always think they're going to love this.
But you have a pretty good working relationship with the people in Hollywood?
Yeah,
or?
very good.
You've been a film
They give
buff.
me another chance.
Yeah, well, that's all you can ask out of the business. Now, you've been a film buff your whole life. What films led you into this when you were young? What really sticks out in your mind?
Well, God, I mean, I was just a moviegoer, you know. I just went to the movies, so, I mean, it was all a sort of a night at the movies for me. So, I mean, actually thinking of, it wasn't like that, the idea of, I knew nothing, but there weren't film schools in England at that time, and I just went and I thought, what's going on here? You know, I'd like to do some of this. And so it wasn't as today, that the idea of, following a director or actors. It was really, and you didn't read so much about movies then. You know, you went just
there wasn't a whole business around movies. Yeah.
And so you went just to get off on them, you know.
Right. So you're in England and you want to get into movies, but was the business over there atrophying at that point?
Yeah, it was.
Or was it booming at that point?
It was good then. In fact, they were recruiting people. You know?
Yeah, and that's what happened to you? Did you get recruited?
I went along, got a job at the studio.
Sent you off to film camp?
Yeah.
Next thing you know, you're in an auteur seminar.
Yeah.
Well, we love your films. We look forward to Cold Heaven. When's that coming out? Pretty soon?
It's out right now.
Beautiful, as we speak.
As we speak.
I'm leaving in this commercial to go see it. This is Nick Roeg, folks. We'll be right back with Theresa Saldana right after this. Thank you, Nick.
If you're going to be in Los Angeles and would like to attend a taping of The Dennis Miller Show, please drop us a note, care of The Dennis Miller Show. Post Office Box 4150, Hollywood, California, 90078, or call us at 818-506-0043.
Thank you. Thank you. I love you madly. Next week, my guests will include Dana Delaney, Ally McGraw.
Ooh. Lovely ladies.
She's in a new film, Love Story. It's about this guy. From Saturday Night Live, Adam Sandler. And Sandler...
I think it's that Cajun man.
Sandler riding that opera man heat. And music from the Beastie Boys and Material Issue. Okay? It's, yeah. They're hot. They make me want a limbo. Time for gap poses of the staff. Tonight's staff member Dave Becky, one of our talent coordinators. This is Dave's gap pose. Beautiful. Completely Gappian. My next guest plays Rachel Scally, Mrs. Commish, on Stephen Cannell's hit series, The Commish. Please welcome Theresa Saldana, folks. You look very beautiful tonight.
Well, thank you very much.
Too beautiful to almost lost you. You almost went off the thing.
I know,
over there.
I almost fell down into the pit, but...
But you were just feeling like such a woman.
Yes. That I got rescued, so it's okay.
Now, hey, you got good news for us. Tell us what the status is of the commission. You got picked up for 21 more weeks,
Yeah,
huh?
22,
Wow.
the whole thing. Yeah.
Good for you, yeah. Thank you.
We're happy. We're really happy about this news.
We had the commish himself, Chickless, on here. He seemed like a great guy. Have fun working with him?
Yeah, I just saw him last night at a party. He's a happening guy. He's getting married in a few weeks, and then he's going back up there.
And you play his wife, the commish-ess.
The commish, yes. Mrs. Commish. Mrs. Commish.
And have you been with it from the beginning, or did you get picked up later in the run?
Oh, no, I've been with it from...
You've always
day
been the
one,
commish?
the pilot, Mrs. Commish, yeah. That's what they call me at the mall. When I go to the mall now, people say, aren't you Mrs. Commish? Yeah, I think so.
Your agent always demands this commish. Now,
Yeah,
you're doing this up in Vancouver, right?
Yeah.
Is that fun?
I love Vancouver. I love it. It's like Canadians, people, we take the kid up there. She loves it. She's got a Canada home, an LA home. It's good.
Yeah, they shoot everything up in Vancouver. Now, why is that? What's going on up there? Is it like cheaper to shoot up there or something? My wife lives up there, so when I go up there...
I guess that's the bottom line. Yeah, it's cheaper, but it's a great place to go. I mean, if you're not in Hollywood, Vancouver's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's like little mini Hollywood or something, and we shoot on Cannell's lot, which is like Universal only kind of tiny and very clean.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's
good, very good.
You take your kid to play in Stanley Park?
Yeah, we go to Stanley Park all the time. Tiana's like been on a plane since the beginning, so she thinks it's like a taxi in the sky. You know,
Yeah.
she just takes it in stride.
Now, how's momhood? You having a good time with
I'm
that?
having a great time.
Yeah.
I love it. I'm having trouble not doing it again quite so fast, because she's 2.5, and I'm starting to look at those little teeny babies and wanting one. And Rachel, my character's pregnant on the show, so it's, you know, they're making believe that I'm pregnant, and now that I'm wanting to be pregnant, we couldn't do one so close together, so I'm trying to wait a little bit. But the kid that plays my son in the show, Kai, he plays David.
His name's Kai?
His name is Kai Eric Erickson. Yes, and he's a great little actor. He's 13.
Is that his real name?
That's his name. It's his name, like a Viking. And yeah, he came down to LA for a week to be with us. And my kid, who's 2.5, sees him calling me mom on TV and sees him calling me mom at home just out of habit. Now she tells everybody she's got a brother. It's like, okay.
She said, you're not going to believe it. His name is Kai.
His name is Kai, and he's a Viking too.
Now, your husband, this seems too perfect to believe that it exists, but your husband also got cast on the show, right?
Yeah, my real husband, Phil Peters, is playing somebody who works with Tony Scally in the office. So a lot of times, I'd say 3-4 times during the season, I have my real husband standing there, my TV husband here, me in the middle, and
Kai here, the real
Kai
kid
here,
over
the real
here.
child off screen with the nanny crying. You know, it's been like, whoa.
Yeah. Well, we're going to take a break. We're going to be right back. We're going to talk more about the Commish with Theresa Saldana right after this, folks. Welcome back. We're back with Theresa Saldana. Now, I think where you first stuck in my mind was in The Raging Bull. You played, it was Pesci's wife, right?
Yeah, I played the sister-in-law,
Yeah.
Lenore Lamata.
Now, that has to be one of the most explosive scenes I've ever seen in my life, when he comes into your dinner table and drags his brother away from the table and just starts beating the hell out of him.
Yeah.
Was this your first film?
Yeah, I know it was my second film, but it was really wild.
Yeah, because you're dealing with two of the most intense guys on the planet Earth.
Yeah, my biggest memory is that Bobby was, I had to sort of protect my husband or something, and I was grabbing Bobby and like having to kind of scratch and claw at him, and I was just sort of doing it, but not too much, and he kept saying, more, 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 you know, and I was really actually scratching him up and everything.
In between takes, De Niro was telling you that?
Yeah, it was like, go for it, you know, go for it, and I did, you know, I had like clumps of hair in my hands and everything. It was like, ah!
Yeah, Joe's, it never came back.
It was a good one.
Okay.
Oh, bad guy.
But that was Pesci's first big break, though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Did you know then that he had that sort of stuff in him?
Yeah, definitely. He was a great practical jokester behind the scenes, but I felt like, wow, where's this guy coming from? He's great.
Mm-hmm.
You know. Hey, by the way, thanks for the bathrobe.
Oh,
I love my bathrobe. I have wanted
what the whole show is boiled down to.
It's a really nice thing to get a bathrobe when you come backstage.
But see, now we have to figure out something to give the second-time guest, and I'm thinking of a Dennis Miller loofah. Yeah, what do you think of that, huh? You have the bathrobe and the loofah, and if somebody comes on the third time, we give them the Norwegian manservant Helmut, which, with the Dennis Miller logo right on the head. Now, your child being born must be, in some ways, the punctuation to, like, this healing process you went through, because I know earlier on in your life you had an amazingly traumatic, I think most people in America probably know because of your work for victims, but was your kid like it must be great to have the kid and kind of move on with your life?
Yeah, that put it, once I got pregnant, I just decided I've done a whole lot of victim stuff. It's been great and really important in my life, and I'm glad to have done it, and I couldn't have done anything better for myself and for other people. But once I got pregnant, suddenly something went off in my head, and I said, okay, it's time to do something else, be a mom, be an artist, and just go on with it. And I was kind of scared to have, a little baby and a little girl, as I would be today, and be on the phone constantly getting phone calls about who got murdered and stabbed and shot and all that. And I couldn't subject her to it, So it was good I did that before having a baby, and I'm able to be, just kind of upbeat with her. And it really seems like that happened to somebody else.
Just a different life.
It's really like I think about it, and it's like some kind of horrible, nightmare, surreal experience. And I know it really happened, but I guess I'm that far along with it where it just doesn't...
Yeah, but no doubt you had to immerse yourself in it to get through it, because you probably just felt so, what an ultimate violation.
Right.
And you know what, I think probably you having a child and knowing that your spirit is going to be passed on again probably made you feel safer in some way,
It does. I feel incredibly safe. I don't live a scary life or any of that. And being a mother has, it puts everything into perspective.
Oh yeah,
Even things like
when
that.
I'm breastfeeding, I think I shouldn't, but because it's my wife's thing. But the man who attacked you, does he not get out and he gets out at some point in the near future? Or?
Yeah, he's supposed to be. I don't even keep completely up on the endless saga. I have a guy named Gavin DeBecker who handles all of that, and I'm only contacted when I have to or have to go to court and say something about all that. And I really keep it over here because I don't want my daughter subjected to it, and I keep it there in its space. And the way I am now, it's like I'm a TV person and I'm a mom and I'm a wife.
So you feel healed.
I feel healed.
Yeah,
the situation's not completely resolved. I can't lie and say it is, but he's behind bars right now.
And that's all you got to worry about. All right. Well. He's behind bars, and you're on for another 21 weeks. The Commish. All right. Say hi to Chicklets for me. Theresa Saldana, folks. We'll be right back, right after this.
This portion of the Dennis Miller Show is brought to you by Ryder. We're there when you need us.
Welcome back. Yeah. Well, you've been a really neat human collective. I've enjoyed you guys. I'd like to thank my guests, Bob Saget, Theresa Saldana, Nick Roeg.
Yes.
It's the weekend, man. I'm going to go unwind in the jacuzzi. Good night, teenagers. Bye-bye.
When in Los Angeles, guests of the Dennis Miller Show stay at the St. James Club and Hotel.